impact do you see Paul Pogba having in English football? He comes with a great reputation, very confident player. What impact do you see him having here?
I understand the word. I understand the word, but I'm not worried with an impact, and I don't think he's also worried with the impact or with the immediate impact. I see him very calm. I see him very comfortable in this role of a star player. I feel him very well under that skin. You know, I don't see him under pressure. I don't see him in training trying to do things to show that he's different, to show that he's better. I think his impact will be something very natural. Will be something that maybe at your eyes will not become an impact, but in my eyes will be a progressive impact of contribution to improve the team. Because that's for what he's here, is to win trophies. So I see a very natural process. I'm not expecting him the first time he touched the ball to dribble 5 guys and to score a wonder goal. I expect him the first time he touched the ball to have a correct pass, a good selection of pass, a good choice, a good simple execution, and the game fluid. So maybe it's not an impact. Maybe it's just a natural improvement of the team because he's a super football player.
You talked about Jose being one of the best players in the world, and the price paid kind of puts him in that bracket of Ronaldo, Messi, Bale, Neymar. What does he have to do to get to that level, and do you feel he can be talked about in the same breath?
First of all, when you speak about the best players in the world, you go immediately to the ones that score a lot of goals. You don't give a gold ball to a goalkeeper. You gave a gold ball to Cannavaro once, but because in that season he was the captain of Italy, world champion, and not many top players. Maldini never got a gold ball. Zanetti never got a gold ball. Top goalkeepers over the history, they don't get a gold ball. So you look immediately to the ones that score a lot of goals. So can Paul score Ronaldo and Messi goals? Not even 25%. I believe he cannot score in a season. He cannot score 20 goals. I don't think he scores 20 goals. So if to be the best player in the world means score a lot of goals, that's not the point. He is one of the best midfield players. Maybe I could say the best midfield player in the world.
Jose, you said Henrik Mkhitaryan is part of your nucleus that you bought in the summer. What's been your thinking behind not starting him in the first 2 games?
Options. I went to the game against Leicester, and I was reading the game, and I thought we need the speed of Jesse Lingard, and the game against Bournemouth, I thought that they want to press really, really high, and a player like Mata coming inside would reach some spaces behind the line of the pressure, and it could be very useful for us. And I decided to play Rooney both in that position close to Zlatan. And I didn't start with Mickey. Some managers, when they buy players, when it's their decision to buy players, the first thing they think is to protect themselves. And to protect themselves is to protect their choices, and to protect their choices, the players they buy, they have to play all the time. I'm not like this. Before me comes the team and what I think is the best for the team. So I thought in these 2 matches that Mata and Lingard were best options for the team, more adapted to the reality of the Premier League. So I made that decision, but I keep saying the same. Mkhitaryan is a super football player, and he will give us a lot during the season.
Did you see Paul Parker's comments about Wayne Rooney? He described him as overweight and said he was in the team only because of commercial motives. Seemed a little bit out of the blue. I just wondered what your reaction was to that.
No reaction. I'm not paid to comment the comments of people that are paid to comment.
No comment.
A lot of people were, there's been a lot of controversy about Paul leaving the club in the first place. Do you actually think he's a better player for having gone abroad and widened his horizons than if he'd stayed here in the first place? Do you have a view on that?
Who knows? Who knows? If he stays here and they sign a new contract that I know Sir Alex tried everything to give him a new contract, I think the natural evolution of things would be him becoming the player he is now. But the reality is that he left. He went to a complete different football country, different philosophy. Probably the experience was magnificent to him and prepared him to be the player he is. So who knows? But I always think when they are top players, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when. You know, always the truth always comes up.
You've obviously spoken to Sir Alex about the circumstances, or did you know them already?
No, we changed a few ideas about him. I know the club did everything, Sir Alex did everything. The decision was made between the player, his entourage, his agents. Decision made, and I think the way it works for them was a great decision. But I think it's very important for the club not to be afraid to do what the club did. You lose a player doesn't mean that if you have the chance to recover him, you don't recover him. You know, Chelsea did the same mistake with Matic, and a few years later, I pushed the club to do the deal. You did one mistake, why you are going to do the second mistake? So we do the mistake only once. So Paul is back, and I seem really happy to be back.
I know you said you don't speak about players from other clubs, but the Southampton manager did accuse United of putting the information out there about Jose Fonte in a bid to unsettle him before the game tomorrow. Is that a fair accusation? Is that a fair comment?
That's his problem. I don't care.
Okay, guys, thank you.